So hey y'all, my name is Joel Castro. I am currently serving as chairman for the Brazoria County Young Republicans. I've been there for a little over or a little under a year, and I serve on Alvin City Council as well. I was elected in 2018, and I was reelected in 2019 because I had a special term, and now my term expires in 2022. I got involved in the local party here in Brazoria County, and I got involved in some of the uh, campaigns, especially because it was primary season. And so I started volunteering, kind of getting experience in campaigning, what to do, what not to do. Um, and this position in city council opened up. One of the council members had to resign, and so they were had a special election to fill that. And someone asked me, they said, Joel, you should really think about running for this office. It's a good place for you. I think you do great. And I said, bull crap, that there's no way anybody is going to elect an 18-year-old. It's just not going to happen, especially in Alvin. And they're like, nah, you should really think about it. I said, okay, maybe I will. So I, it may have been like a thought for like 5 seconds, and I just didn't even think about it ever yet. Just went on my happy life. Um, and then another person asked me about it, and oh, someone else brought it up, but I wasn't really planning on running. And they're like, hey, you should do it. So of course, now that really got me thinking. So I just like anybody else, I would just I prayed about it. What if I should run? And I figured that I have nothing else better to lose. I was 18. I was in college and at Alvin Community College here in my town. And I decided that this is something I'll pursue because I had a fresh perspective, fresh conservative perspective. I knew I had a plan laid out that I can help bring Alvin to a better place to live, work, and worship. And so I think a lot of people resonated with that message. It really does depend on the board that you're currently serving on. Now, I will say for me, and I know a lot of other my council member friends, when we have questions on some issues, because a lot of the times the issues that go in front of these municipal boards, they're the first ones to like council is not even, we don't even know about it yet. When there's a development happening in Alvin, that goes to planning commission first, and they get to review it. And so when there's a vote that's maybe I don't know 3 to 4 on the planning plat, I'll just call up some of the planning commission. I say, hey, what's happening? What's your thoughts? And when there's something that maybe staff doesn't agree with, or maybe there's some people in our constituency that don't really agree with, we can look back and to see what the board says, because those are people that we appointed, part of the citizenry, they're all taxpayers, and they have the information available to really help us out. I see a lot of these boards as kind of like an advisory position. They're making real decisions for sure, but when it comes to the city council, it definitely helps us out. We really lean on our boards. So showing up to city council meetings, really what takes really means a lot to the council members who are appointing, right? Because everything goes to the council at the end of the day. So aside from showing up to council meetings, getting to know your council members, I think another thing is just do your homework. If you're going to apply for planning commission, you should probably know what planning commission does. If you're going to apply for parks board, you should probably know what parks are in your city. You should probably know what kind of improvements your parks needs. And so just getting involved in the community with that, I don't see, with those 4 things, I think you'd be golden to serve on a board. Every year we start the application process. Um, our 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 city secretary, she posted on Facebook saying, hey, we're looking for volunteers. here's a link to apply. We give them about a couple months to apply. And one thing we have seen is we have seen a lot more people starting to apply more than ever. I'm now in my third year at council, and I mean, just seeing the amount of people apply has been amazing. Um, so there's the application process. You submit your application. The questions it asks is, yeah, of course, what's your name? What's your address? How long have you lived in Alvin? What's your occupation? And a brief summary of why you want to serve on this board, or what can you bring to this board. Um, and from there, it gets sent to the city secretary. She takes it all in, and we don't get to see it until we don't even know who applies until we get the agenda packet. Um, so our council meetings are on Thursdays. We get the agenda packet on Mondays, and so that's when we see who's all applied, and we get to see their application process. And so we read it over, and then our council meeting, the city secretary, she brings this huge whiteboard. She has all these charts, and she says, okay, planning commission, you have 3 spots you need to fill. Library board, you have 5 spots you need to fill. Adoption center, you need 2 spots, and senior center, you need, I don't know, 6 spots to fill. And so we'll go we'll look at the applications, and some of the applicants are applying from multiple boards. I mean, they could apply for planning commission and senior citizens, or they can just apply for one. And so we look over it, and then here's another thing we look at. We have this thing called Citizens Academy, and if your city offers a Citizens Academy, definitely attend, because we look to see if people have attended Citizens Academy. And we put on the chart, okay, I'd like to see Matt Dorsey on Planning Commission. I would like to see Hayden Paget on our Parks Board, and then so on. And then from there, council would say, all right, or the mayor would say, council, do you have any objections? And if we do, we can voice them. And if we don't, we just say, mayor, move to approve the nominations for our boards. And so it goes from there. Then you get a nice email. I think I can speak definitely from experience running for office at 18, right out of high school. A lot of what it has to deal with is your convictions and what you believe in. You know, with planning commission, if you believe in that we need, now I'm not in favor of zoning, but if you believe that we need to have stricter zoning, then you know, that's something that doesn't just come with experience. It comes with just your convictions or what you believe in philosophically. I wouldn't let anything hold you back. It's definitely something you need to do. There's no better time to start than the present. And we need a lot more people, especially in our generation, and conservatives, to get involved in our municipal levels. For so long, we've and I think this is something we kind of we have definitely improved on as a party, is the Democrats have really done a good job of getting involved at the local level, and working their way up. And it's we see it on a city council level. So when we see conservatives wanting to get involved, oh man, we're all up on that. We're, you know, how can we help you out? You know, what do you need? And so it's crucial that conservatives, especially our generation, millennials and Gen Zers, get involved any way we can to serve our community, because politics is local. My club and the Young Republicans, we have several city council members who are our age, who have been through the process. We have several people who are currently serving on these boards, and getting to know firsthand on how the process is, and that it's not as daunting as it seems to be. It's just a process of clicking a couple buttons and applying. I think that's what we can do. Which, first of all, is encourage. Right, we need to encourage and get our members pumped up and encouraged to do something. Because if they're not energized, if they're not motivated, more importantly, if we aren't motivated, to get people, our YRs signed up to serve, then how are they going to get motivated, right? So we have to be motivated to do that. We have to energize them, get them excited about the process. Some way, somehow, we got to get them excited about the about planning commission, right? Because everyone's excited about Parks Board. Yeah, so we got to energize them, get them excited, and then bring in people who have been through the process before, and kind of walking them through it. I would say it probably varies on the city, right? So Alvin, we typically do it year round. Actually, once a year. I'm sorry, we do it once a year, and then we have another one. Like if there's a vacancy, right? If someone resigns, then we'll fill it up within the following month, because we do have to meet quorum, right? And so we you would have to either look in your charter or look on the city's website. There's typically a place where it shows board members where their term ends, and then also just check up on your social media, on your city's social media. Most cities, actually, I think every city that I know of, when there's positions opening up, or just the process to apply is open, they'll post on social media, because we're earning for people. We want more. So again, it varies on the board. I feel like I've talked about planning commission a lot, but planning commission is probably one of the most important boards on a city government, and that definitely takes a little bit more time. Now, it definitely doesn't take a lot of time. Just like city council, you can kind of get to create your own schedule. But when you get a packet, you should read it. You should definitely take time out to read it. So I would say, aside from your monthly meetings that you make, and there are some boards who meet bi-monthly, or some boards who meet quarterly. It really does depend. We have a board that meets yearly. So it really does depend. Now, when there's a board that meets monthly, I would probably say you're willing to bet, aside from maybe an hour, 2-hour meeting at most, it's probably maybe 3 hours worth of reading, and then of course emailing out questions, or calling the staff representative, the city representative, for questions. I would say it probably takes about 3 hours to come over everything and get to grasp, which if you did that all in a day, that's a lot, right? But that's not in one day, right? You can read piece by piece. You can read for 30 minutes a day. You can read a page a day, however it goes. So you can really create your own schedule with it. Reach out to your local council member. Tell them. I'm sure, as us, we're already taking that next step. We're all involved in politics, right? So we are bound. Each and every one of us is bound to know at least one council member. Reach out to your council member. Tell them, like, hey, I'm really excited. I love my city. I want to get involved. How can I help out? And I'm sure the council member is going to say, great, I would love for you to help out. Here's where you can apply, or this is when we have applications. So reach out to your local council member. Of course, reach out to Texas Young Republicans. Matt has done a fantastic job setting this, getting this project together. And then also you can reach out to me. More than happy to help out any way I can.